So I just wanted to stay within the scriptures and use, and I know I've banged on them and I still bang on them, but I'm going to use their own, their dude talking about them. This is their own, Paul was a Jew. Check. If everybody knows that Paul was a Jew, right? And so in the context of this situation right here, we know that in sentencing, or when you're speaking in grammar, everything after the comma is one sentence, can stand alone as its own sentence. You understand? So just like I got it marked out here, this is what Paul said. I didn't make this up. This is how it's written. This is just how it's written. And we're going to go into a video because this is fair use too. Because I don't own the script, or do I? Well, anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, I'm going to go into a video that I want to share with you that is, and I'm here. I'm shining some light on something, but I really got my popcorn back in my, what I'm saying, in my soda, and I'm watching all this, and I'm watching how the pastors, they're the preachers that follow Paul, they're not even saying this, because I'm going to show this video. You understand? The pastors that are signed up with the 501c3 who follow Paul, they don't follow Jesus. The churches follow Paul, not Jesus. They follow Paul. Check. Got this. That's a whole other story, but we're on this right now because we're using Paul for example. And now you see the condition of why our people won't even say nothing about this. You understand? But I'm gonna show this. I'm a fair use on the video. You understand? After this verse right here, this scripture, because this is where we're at. And you see, who's ever following these people, 90% of the chance you're riding, you're birds of a feather flock together. You understand? So let's get into this video. And again, he's saying it. I'm not saying it. But the verse we just seen, or just read in the scriptures, finna confirm this right now. You understand? And like I said, fair use. Well, just sit back, you know what I'm saying? You got your popcorn, but you see right now, the Negro pastor won't say nothing. He ain't doing nothing. Why not? 501c3 through the IRS, which is ran by who? The Jews. Your 501c3 that all the churches run through the IRS, which are the Jews. The pastor not gonna say nothing. He out of it. Check. Let go, man.
Entire Epstein file release is fucking fake. There were no big bad Epstein files, no breaking news that was dropped onto the American people by Pam Bondi or Donald Trump. There was no new information coming to the surface and busting all of the bad guys, taking our government back and making America great again. No, you know what? None of that fucking shit happened, okay? Instead, what did happen was a failed publicity stunt where the Trump administration brought in a bunch of Jewish influencers to the White House, gave them heavily redacted and blacked out pages of information that's already available online, information about a Jewish Israeli spy and pedophile sex operative, and then sent their Jewish paid influencers out in front of the cameras that are operated by the Jewish media, to take a bunch of pictures.
Pause. So who owns the media? What? Who owns the media? We already know this. They've been saying this, but you understand? So the fake pastor, he ain't gonna do nothing. He not gonna say nothing. Because the media gonna pull up. The media is the Jew. Watch, they gonna pull up, put him on blast, shut his whole church down. Come on, man. Our people are in the grasp of Satan today.
Government isn't continuing to completely and totally cover up the Jeffrey Epstein saga and everyone who was part of it. I mean, it's just all so fucking tiring and ridiculous. Just look at who they had up there. Rogan O'Handley, the so-called DC Drano. Yeah, the only thing that guy is draining is Jewish dick. They also brought in libs of TikTok, Shia Raichik. Do you know that woman is Shabbat Lubavitch royalty? Her relatives are hoarding tiny mattresses, all stained up and bloody in tunnels underground, next to their Talmuds. Yet we're supposed to just believe that this woman, the Shabbat Luba bitch, is going to help expose the pedophiles running our government. The Jewish pedophiles who are working on behalf of Israel to compromise members of Congress and of the judiciary and of the executive branch so that they'll do whatever the hell they're told to do.
This the so-called cracker saying this. This the so-called cracker. The Jew hate the cracker. He know it. He know the Jew call him Goyim. You know what I'm saying? He know it. He know it, man. Now, I'm not saying this I'm endorsing him. I'm just saying he's explaining to you why you ain't got shit today. He's explaining to you why all your offices, all of them, in all the land, in all these corporate states, all of them, all the governors, all of them, all your senators, all your representatives have signed the order to follow Israel, to even be a representative in the so-called U.S. government as a representative, to uphold Israel. All of them have signed the document, except a couple sisters. I think it was McKinley, and I think that sister McKinley, yeah, because she's gone, and it's another European. It's another crack up there named Thomas. He's up there. I can't remember his name right offhand, but I'll get back to it. But let's go ahead and get back to this.
I mean, it's just so fucking ridiculous and tiring. And Mike Cernovich, he's another one. Another one of the Jewish frauds linked to Jeffrey Epstein, who the White House trotted out in front of the cameras. This is a Jew who hangs out with Alan Dershowitz. These are the they invited to DC to give these binders to. And like I mentioned, the binders themselves are completely fucking fake. They're full of redacted information which has already been released, unredacted, online. You can go online and see the unedited version of all of this shit. We've had this information for years. But now, because the DOJ and Pam Bondi and Donald Trump put their stamp of approval on all of this fake shit and put it in a cute little binder to hand out to their Jews, now all of a sudden, it's the gospel.
It's the what? It's the what? Nah, that ain't the gospel. We read the gospel in the beginning. Check. No, we've been read the gospel. The ghost spell. You understand? And matter of fact, Paul didn't write none of the gospels. Paul only wrote letters. And he stuck them in. He stuck them in the gospels. Paul stuck his letters and epistles inside there as if he wrote his own books. Paul wrote none of the gospels. Paul wrote the letters. Paul didn't have any of his own books. He only had letters.
Is fake. As a matter of fact, do you want to know just how fake it is? Check this out. As I mentioned, DC Drano was brought in for the Epstein file party. So was Chad Prather. Well, wouldn't you know it that right after that event, both of them took to social media and they posted the exact same message to their followers announcing that they had received the fake Epstein files. Drano and Prather wrote, quote, "Today I met with President Trump, VP J.D. Vance, AG Pam Bondi, and FBI Director Kash Patel in the Oval Office. They handed me a binder copy of the Epstein files. This is the most transparent administration in American history. Oh, and the best part? This is just the start. And they know that if they release the real information on Jeffrey Epstein, other Jews are going to get found out. And our entire government and the rest of the power players in the corporate banking crime syndicate that's running this country are going to be outed as pedophiles, as sick, sadistic freak shows who travel to every corner of the world that they can to rape a bunch of other government officials and then go back home acting like the moral authority. Telling the truth, actually releasing the Epstein files would be way too dangerous for those already in charge. And that's exactly why Pam Bondi, who was Attorney General of Florida for 8 years, from 2011 to 2019, did absolutely nothing to prosecute Jeffrey Epstein, to hold him accountable, when she was the top law enforcement officer in that entire state where that guy lived.
And soon it's going to come the time where this is going to confront you right on your doorstep, because they hate all our people. And if the European loves the Jew and the Jew hates you, you need to be careful. Adios, mi gente.